Right, I'm just gonna basically just talk at you in this one. I'm not gonna make this one specifically about dating or social skills or confidence or anything like that. I'm just gonna talk and be brutally honest and be real with you, and hopefully you can take a few things from it. Now, I believe I'm very much a misunderstood person. And that's more to do with like in real life, and also also on the internet as well. I'm slightly misunderstood, but especially in real life, I think people misunderstand me and they have this prejudgment of me. They're like, because I started the YouTube and stuff, and I talk about dating, and I'm a little bit arrogant with it at times, and I speak a little bit arrogantly, and that's purely because I'm just convicted in what I talk about. I'm convicted in the things I know about. I'm convicted in my knowledge, and I'm just confident in myself as a person. So it comes across very arrogantly, and I can kind of understand why people would. Because we do that, don't we? You're judging people all the time. I had a conversation with someone quite recently, and we were just saying how when you walk down the street and when you're walking somewhere in public, you fucking hell, bro. I can't get these hairs out of my eyes. It's pissing me off. It's not my day today, is it, for the hair? But I was talking to this friend. And we were basically saying, like, when you walk down the street, you basically judge everyone that you walk past, don't you? Like, when you walk past some guy, you immediately look at him and judge him purely by like, the way he looks or whatever. And obviously, people don't like voice those opinions in public, do they? They don't go out saying, oh yeah, fucking, oh, you look like a prick or something like that. But you don't do that, do you? On the internet, it's a lot different. People are more happy to voice their opinions because then you're not going to see the person like that you're actually talking to. You're not going to see them in public. You're not going to be immediately judged there and then because you're putting a comment on it on a video, for example. So we spoke about the fact that obviously when you're walking out in public, you're just judging everyone. You're judging everyone just by how they look, and it's all prejudgment. No one really forms logical opinions on anyone. And it's the same with me. I've been very much misunderstood. I think a lot of people watch my videos and they look at how arrogant I speak, and they look at how, I'm some young guy who, like, I'm literally 20 years old. I get a lot of people that say to me, oh, it's really cringe that you're talking about this stuff, and it's cringe that you're on about dating and life and stuff, and you don't know anything, you've got no experience, you're only 20. And it's just so interesting when I hear those comments, and I actually think about the fact that I've got so much experience that people have no idea about. People do not understand the knowledge that I have. These people that say these comments, they say, oh, he's cringe, and oh, you're only 20, you can't have lived that much life. It's so funny that if they were to jump on a coaching call with me and we were to talk about anything to do with, confidence, talk about dating, talk about social skills, talk about anything to do with life, they would be absolutely shocked at the knowledge that I have and the knowledge I could give them and how actually useful that advice is. Because anyone that's ever worked with me one-to-one, like as a coaching client, will know this. They'll know, because I'm 20 years old, like I've just said, and I've helped 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds with problems in their life to do with their relationships, to do with dating, to do with their social lives, and just everything in general to do with their mindset. And I've helped people that are so much older than me and that technically should have more knowledge than I do actually excel in an area of life. And that's because I've simply done so much. I've experienced so much, and I think that's kind of why I'm a little bit misunderstood on the internet side, why people tend to be a little bit judgmental in a sense of, he doesn't know anything, or he's just lying to you. And it's so funny when I hear those things, because when I know that I genuinely live this life and I genuinely know this stuff and I have the knowledge that I speak about and I'm completely convicted in what I talk about, to hear people say, oh, you don't know this stuff, you don't know anything, you're just a kid, you shouldn't know this stuff, you go and live some life and stop lying to people. It's so funny when I hear that, when I actually know in myself I actually do have this knowledge, and I've changed the lives of people. I've changed the lives of people who have been going through incredibly tough times when they broke up with their girlfriend and they feel like they have no purpose in life, and they're completely down, they're completely deflated, and they have no direction whatsoever. And I come along and I explain to them through my own experience what they should do and how they can better their lives. And because I don't claim ever, I'm gonna stand up because it's fucking cold. I've never claimed to be like an expert in any field. Like I'm not a dating coach, I'm not a social skills coach, I'm not a confidence coach, I'm not trying to be anyone else, I'm not trying to be Hamza, I'm not trying to be Andrew Tate. I'm simply just being me. I'm simply just being myself. I'm just me. I'm not like anything. I'm not like a coach. I am a coach. I'm technically like a life coach in that sense, but I'm not specifically a dating coach or a social skills coach. I'm just me. I'm Sam Schultz, and I just effectively give you the knowledge based on my experiences. I give you my take on things. I give you the advice that I give based on my experiences and what I've learned through the incredibly tough times I've been through, and the things I've been through, and the things I've learned, and the things I've done. And I've just because I've been so honest with everyone on the internet. I've been honest with everyone in person. And it's funny because when people actually meet me in person, they realize I'm actually quite a nice guy. I'm just like, bro, I'm just a nice guy. I'm not a prick. I'm not some arrogant bellend. Like I'm confident. That's what I am. I'm confident and I'm convicted in myself, and I'm unapologetically myself. And that's the key to do with confidence. Okay, and I've said this before. Confidence isn't about being liked. It's not about having everyone like you and everyone agree with you. It's not all about that, because you should never be striving to be in alignment with other people. You shouldn't be striving to have everyone like you and everyone agree with you and everyone, because that's not what life's about. Life's about, and this is what confidence is about genuinely, authentically and unapologetically being yourself and being happy with that. Okay, that is where your confidence will come from. That, and obviously other, there's other little aspects to it, but that is the main consensus when it comes to being confident, is just to generally be yourself, authentically and unapologetically. Okay, and that's where you're going to get your confidence from, because then you're not focusing on that person liking you, and you're not focusing on these people agreeing with you, because people disagree with me and people don't like me. That's simple as that. And that, I came on the internet knowing that. Okay, that's not something I was just like shocked about. I didn't come on the internet thinking, oh, I've got to make sure everyone likes me. I come on the internet and I talk to you about things that I know about and things that I'm knowledgeable in, so that I can help you. Okay, and hope that I can change lives, which I have done, and I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud of the fact that people actually have taken trust in me, someone so young, and they've gone and implemented my advice, and they've gone and changed their lives as a result. Okay, we've had, like I said before, I've had guys who've broke up with their girlfriends. They felt like they have nothing left for them. They feel hopeless, and they feel, oh, she was the one. And I've managed to completely rewire their brain and strengthen their mindset to go and carry on and push forward and make their lives so much better. And that is what I do. Okay, that is, I never started YouTube to like get famous or anything like that. I started generally just to help people, and help people with the problems that I went through as a young man, because I was a young man who went through a lot of very specific problems that were a massive detriment to my life, such as my social anxiety. I was really skinny. I was really unconfident. I was fearful to talk to people. I was fearful in social situations. I was never always amazing at talking to girls. Like, these are the things that I had problems with, and these were the things that I actively fixed and went through so much trial and error and experience to actually become knowledgeable in those areas, so I can fix those areas of my life. And I'm just here to simply teach you boys that, because that's something that I wish I had back then. I wish back in those days where I was struggling with dating, I was struggling with social skills, I was struggling with, fitness, confidence, everything like that, that I wish I had someone to kind of tell me, oh, this is what you should be doing, this is kind of how to fix that, and have someone almost to guide me along the way, someone to kind of lift me up. I wish I had that, and I didn't really. I kind of kept it to myself. And I understand why a lot of people do that, and that's why people come on the internet and they try and seek advice off the internet, because they don't want to go and talk about it specifically to people in person. And I understand that, because I was like that as well. But that's why I'm here, and I feel so fulfilled to be able to help people like that. I had a young man literally the other day. We was on a coaching call, and he was like saying, I can't talk to this about my parents because I don't really want to. I'm a little bit embarrassed about it. So I'm kind of so grateful that I can talk to you about it and you can help me. And they don't agree with the internet and stuff like that. And I'm so happy to actually be that figure for some people. And I know I'm not famous. I'm not like, bro, I've literally hit 400 subs just recently. I'm not someone who is worldwide. I help a very small, I help a portion of young men that need me, and that's all it is. I'm here to help those that need me, those that seek me, those that want to take my advice and want to be helped by me. I'm absolutely willing to do that. Okay, and that's simply who I am. And I've just come on. I've kind of just pressed record today to kind of just be a little bit more real and honest, and allow you lot to kind of get to know me a little bit more, because I think you guys mainly see the coaching side of me, the advice giver. He's talking about dating, social skills, confidence. He's spitting advice. I'm giving you advice. It's kind of, I'm always in my coaching mode, where I think sometimes it's okay to just show the real you. I want to be able to show you lot the real me. Okay, I want you lot to actually get to know me as a person, because like I've said before, I'm not technically a dating coach or a social skills coach. So I don't necessarily want to be perceived as that. I want to be perceived as just me. I want you lot to actually get to know me as a person. I want you lot to know my story, my background. I want to just be real and authentic and as raw as possible, so you lot can actually just understand me as a person. Okay, because like I said before, I wasn't always this confident guy. Yes, right now I'm a confident person. I have the knowledge I have. But that's because I've been from like the bottom. I've been at rock bottom, you know, a shy, skinny, unconfident, scared little kid. That's who I have been. And because of the work I've put in, I'm now the man I am today, okay? You know, confident, he's charismatic, can speak well, good social skills, not nervous anymore, you know, almost fearless. And that is just simply what I want to teach you. Like, I want to be able to make those results happen quicker for other young men that want to fix those problems, you know, rather than them having to go through the years and months and whatever of trial and error trying to fix these problems, going through failures. Now, there's nothing wrong with failure, obviously. Like I said before, failure is a great thing. You always learn from it. But if I can make results happen for people quicker, and if I can help people as much as I can without them making these mistakes, then I'm always willing to do that. It's fucking freezing out here. Jesus Christ, bro. I mean, look at me. I'm in my fucking back garden, bro. Like, there's a fucking... my little sister's fucking... whatever it is. Fucking lawnmower or some shit. Like, look, I'm not coming on here with some, like, professional setup or anything, like, in a studio. I'm walking around in my garden, bro. And I believe that, like, you know, eventually in years and however long it takes to come, when I eventually make it to the point where I am, and I'm looking back on these videos where I'm just giving you a lot of advice and I'm talking to the camera and I'm just telling you, you know, I'm giving the raw, real advice and I'm telling you how it is and stuff like that, I will literally look back on these videos and be like almost grateful for this. I'll be grateful for these experiences of me just walking around in the freezing cold in England when it's shit weather in my fucking garden and in a random top that I found and just like being me, just being myself, you know. Because I had a conversation literally last night with one of my friends, and they were saying, like, you know, you get really misunderstood because of your videos, because you come across arrogantly and because you talk in this way and stuff like that. And that, don't get me wrong, that's not me pretending to be anyone else. I think maybe at the start I probably at the start was trying to portray myself as someone that I'm not, trying to be all professional and stuff, and trying to maybe talk like Andrew Tate, trying to talk, you know, thinking of other people when I was talking so I could try and like imitate them. I guess I was like that a little bit at the start, but now I'm just me. I just talk how I talk. Like, the way I'm talking to you now is how I would literally talk to my friends and how I would talk to my family and everything. Like, that's just what I want to portray that. I want to portray the raw and real side of me to the camera, because that's how I believe is going to make me more fulfilled, just by authentically being me. It's my brand, you know. This is my channel. This is who I am. This is me. So I want to make sure that that's actually tailored to me and not anyone else. Okay. So that's why I'm a lot more happy with the content I'm creating now, because I feel like it is me. I feel like it's just who I am. And the things I talk about is the things that I know based off my experiences, okay? It's just me. It's Sam Schultz, okay? It's not Andrew Tate. It's not Hamza, okay? So that's what I'm really proud of. But yeah, me and my friend, we were just literally talking, like, literally last night. We were saying, and it's funny because they'll watch this and they'll know what I'm on about. Because I literally said, like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this in a video. And they were literally saying, like, yeah, you get really misunderstood. I think people think you're arrogant, and people think that you're this really horrible person, and that's why they leave hate comments, and that's why people, when you first meet them, they're a little bit skeptical. And they are, you know, when I first meet people, if they've already watched my channel before they've met me, they're a little bit like skeptical of me, and they're a bit like, oh, I don't know if I like this guy. But then when they actually talk to me like just a normal person, they'll realize I'm just a nice guy, bro. I just want the best for everyone, okay? I want to be a positive force. I don't want to be a bellend, you know. I've always preached that. Don't be a knobhead. Don't try to be an arrogant prick. Don't try to be a bad person. Always try to be a good person. Treat people with respect. Be a gentleman. Treat people with kindness, okay? But I absolutely preach that, okay? I've never come on the camera and said, oh, be a complete bellend, be a bad person, talk to people like shit, you know? Don't respect anyone, only respect yourself. No, I want to make you lot positive forces. I want to create other positive forces in the world, okay? And I'm not saying you have to be exactly like me. I'm not saying you have to live like me. I'm telling you to live authentically to yourself and live in a way that's going to fulfill you. Live in accordance to what you want, okay? And that's how you're going to live such a fulfilled life. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. Me sitting here talking to the camera and giving you lot advice and telling you advice about dating, how to get better at this and that, and you know, that fulfills me, because I know I'm helping people. And when I have coaching clients that come to me and say, oh, you've changed my life, you've helped me in this way, I feel so fulfilled to hear that, because it's like, I know I was once that kid who had those problems. So now, because you fixed that, it's like, I have a purpose, and it's amazing. It makes me smile, and it makes me so happy to like come on the camera and talk about this shit. And generally when I'm just talking to the camera like this, I feel so happy. I feel my best self. I feel fulfilled. Okay, I love it. It gives me a sense of purpose, and this is what I want to do literally for the rest of my life. Okay, and this is absolutely what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and this is hopefully this builds into something so big and something, you know. And and again, I'm not saying, oh yeah, I have to be as famous and as big and as good as these like top G's, I guess you want to say, in the world, Andrew Tate, Hamza, you know, those people. I'm not saying I have to be like those people. I want to just generally push myself and fulfill every aspect of life. Okay, I just generally want to push myself as far as I possibly can and take this to the furthest point and just work as hard as I can to make it the greatest it can be. All right, this kind of, I guess, organization, community, whatever you want to call it. All right, and that's why I'm working so hard on it. All right. So I just thought I'd come on the camera and just be real and just be honest and just show you lot a little bit more about me and show you lot the real me rather than like the coach Sam, you know. This is the real Sam. This is who I am, okay? And that's what I'm going to be portraying a lot more in my videos in the future, you know. I'm just going to try and be as authentic and as real as I possibly can be. Okay, boys? So I hope you could, well, boys and girls, if you know, not discriminating, you know. I don't know who watches my videos, to be honest, bro. I don't even like look at my insights and stuff. I kind of just like think, you know, whoever watches these videos, I hope it helps them. Okay, it's as simple as that. So I hope you could take something from this. I hope you took, if anything, if you took any lessons from this. You might not have, I don't know. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to spit some realness on the camera and see how it goes. All right, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're all happy. I hope you're all healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.